Hey guys, Red Betty, you know her, you love her. In Canoe, British Columbia right now. Started out in Kelowna earlier and it was clear, blue skies, sunny days, gorgeous. That is the wood processing thing that goes on here in the incredible little enclave of Canoe. This place is gentrifying very quickly. These properties I'm panning across here behind that are right on the water. There's the lake. They go for ridiculous amounts of money. I don't know. I think well over $1 million is kind of the standard for pricing. So I had heard that up Revelstoke way, as we say, towards Revelstoke from Kelowna, there's big weather coming or happening already. They're issuing travel advisories. I think 55 centimeters was the possible maximum amount of snow. So they're suggesting that people not go that way unless it was absolutely necessary. I, of course, headed directly towards it because I figured, what the hell, why not? There are some paw marks on this path, but they're fairly small, and I'm assuming it's somebody that walked their dog out here earlier today. So, headed out, clear skies, blue skies, clear highway and the like, and absolutely no issue. But as happens out here a lot, things change very quickly. And when you get to a certain point, coming into Sycamoose basically, which is where I am now, and when you get to that point, we're not too far out of town, the highway conditions go bad, and you end up in, if not whiteout, some serious snow conditions. So this is what has me out enjoying this incredible Canadiana lake moment. We've been here a number of times in the summer months. I've fished off this dock and done similar sort of monologues. These aren't actually steps to get down here. It's I don't even know what you call it. It's like a ladder on its side, kind of thing. So might not be too fun coming up, but let's get down onto the dock that I have fished from on a number of occasions. It looks like somebody was ice fishing there, or they could have been doing that polar bear plunge where they jump in the water in the middle of winter like they do. Not my cup of tea, but if that's what you're into, have at her. So you can't really, there's nothing to show. It's the scenery here is some of the most dramatic anywhere. Mountain ranges go all the way up, and there's cliffs in the distance over there, and the sun sets that way. But right now, what we have is whiteout on a lake, so there's not much going on that way. And ooh, there's a bird. A lot of nature here. Bird enjoying that bare spot. That he's cold. Let's get a closer look at him and then come back to it. So there's our guy facing straight into the blizzard. You'd think he'd maybe seek a little shelter. I don't know. Speaking of seeking shelter, that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. This has been an interesting little journey. Got to be careful because I am on a dock and I'm over some ice that it doesn't look that thick. It looks like it's only a couple inches thick there. So, gazing down into the darkness of the water always gave me a little bit of a shiver, depending, especially in winter. Okay, we got to do this stair thing that isn't really a stair. I'll try and do a little justice. So there's no like stairs. You just got a little grip thing here. So we're heading back. Let's see what else we can get going here. I was thinking about going around this little town, and especially in a blizzard conditions like this, there might be some neat visuals you could present. I don't know that I feel like doing that. I kind of think I'd rather get back towards Kelowna before full darkness, because whiteout blizzard road conditions are one thing when you can actually see something, but when bird is still just chilling out there. When it's dark and it's whiteout blizzard, then it's just no fun. I don't feel like having challenging driving. I just feel like going for a little tour. And not after, right now it's a situation where you have to pay attention, but after dark, then you're starting to get tricky, where it's, losing traction in the corners and having to slow down and all the crap that goes along with night driving in a blizzard. So all that to say, I think I'm gonna get my B-roll shots of the lovely little town of Sycamoose. Canoe. This is Canoe. It's not Sycamoose. What am I talking about? The town is called Canoe. That's why I initially came here. I was driving along. The highway is straight up that way. And I was driving along towards Kelowna from, I think, Revelstoke ages ago. And the town is labeled Canoe. So, being a good Canadian boy that I am, I thought I gotta go check out a town called Canoe. They actually called the thing Canoe. I gotta see what this is all about. Ended up here and off this dock out that way. Some of the most incredible scenery in British Columbia. And if it's in British Columbia, that means it's anywhere, because the scenery here is just out of this world. So that's what initially drew me to this town. And now, once in a while, when I'm out on a little jaunt, I'll stop in here if it's kind of on the way. Did an art drop here ages ago. That's where I leave one of my paintings with a little note saying, "Free art, please take home," kind of thing. And someone obviously took it because it's no longer here. So we'll, I can do this without taking up too much time. So right down by the water here, where the homes used to be regarded as shacks and they're now going for $1.5 million or whatever. This massive tree. There's like 3 sort of sides to it. It's cut down. I got a really good shot going out onto the lake that way with the tree in the background. I gotta get out of the way here. I'll be back in a second. Almost home. Grabbed a little Macca's just before I got home. Eating way too much McDonald's. I think there's an appropriate amount of McDonald's, right? But sometimes it's perfect. So, note to self, when there's a travel advisory on anywhere, especially this area, don't go near that area, because that was pretty hairy. And then get this really dark screenplay going through my mind as I outlined in the previous few clips. And this character ends up in a circumstance where he's being hideously imposed upon by members of law enforcement, and he ends up, smoking them. And Jesus Christ, it's dark. So, as I said, generally I can't decide what I'm going to pursue that way as far as screenplays go. It kind of pushes itself up from the ether, as it were. But there has been some very comedic content come up while I've been doing it. In Mr. Convenience, there are some characters and circumstances that are absolutely hysterical. And I write what I know to a great degree. I mean, not entirely. The last script had a serial killer, right? I mean, I'm not a serial killer. But many of the characters and the circumstances that they end up in are based on either myself or combinations of people that I've known in the past that ended up in similar circumstances. Vaguely, it's not always ideal. Point of this whole spiel is I'm almost home, and I think I need to focus on the lighter content as far as the next one goes. I've got Little Sister needs final polishing, and then I've got this Dissentio thing I'm doing where it's the dark. They're right here actually. Dark sunglasses, ultra big. I'm talking to you, motherfucker. Whatever. It's gonna be really weird. I have the first one done on that. So those will be the next two to finish off, and then after that, I think I need some lighter fare because my God, this is an excess of dark. It seems like in that aspect of my creative process. Certainly not the only creative I'm involved in. Right? I do painting and photography and videography, just screwing around on YouTube. But for the screenplay stuff, I'm starting to feel a little dark, to be honest with you. Anyway, I'm gonna go home and Netflix and chill, pretty much. Thanks for watching yet again. I'll see you guys probably very soon.